A plant was subjected to verbal abuse for 30 days and was actually scolded to death. Do plants really have consciousness? The experimenters specifically selected 2 plants of the same size and in good health, placed them in the testing area, and covered them with open glass jars. Their watering, fertilization, and exposure to light were kept exactly the same. However, visitors were instructed to say only positive and encouraging words to one of the plants, while they were allowed to vent all their negative emotions, complaining and verbally abusing the other plant. After 30 days, the praised plant was thriving, while the one that was insulted was nearly dead. As early as last century, the renowned polygraph expert, Professor Baxter, conducted a very famous experiment. He connected a modified polygraph to a plant, and when different types of music were played, the displayed waveforms would change accordingly. Professor Baxter suspected that plants might have consciousness, so he thought about burning the plant with fire to observe the waveform, but as soon as the thought crossed his mind, the plant's waveform showed intense fluctuations. Could it be that plants can actually read human thoughts? To test his hypothesis, he built an automatic device. When the device was triggered, a small live shrimp in a container would automatically be dropped into boiling water in front of the plant, so that the plant's waveform response could be observed. To prevent his own thoughts from interfering with the plant, Baxter even deliberately left the room. However, when the shrimp was dropped into the boiling water and killed, the plant's waveform showed violent spikes, as if it had been startled. But the next experiment was even more unsettling. Baxter placed 2 pots of plants in the laboratory and invited 5 actors, having them draw lots to randomly select one to play the killer. At the start of the experiment, vegetables were cut in front of the 2 plants, and the waveforms fluctuated, indicating that both the plants and the equipment were functioning normally. Then each of the 5 actors entered the room one by one. When the killer entered, they destroyed one of the plants, even pulling it out by the roots. Afterwards, the device was connected to the surviving plant, and each of the 5 actors approached the plant one by one. Amazingly, when the other actors stood in front of the plant, the waveform remained steady. But when the killer actor approached, the waveform spiked wildly, closely resembling the pattern seen in humans when they're afraid. Does this mean that plants really possess consciousness, just like humans do? Although Baxter's experiment has long been questioned in the scientific community, perhaps the plants on Earth truly are connected in a special way, just like on Pandora in the movies, forming a vast neural network through a unique form of consciousness. Maybe it's just that our limited human understanding can't recognize it. So, what do you think about this?